Hi everyone, welcome to Cooking with Chef Rich. Today we're going to be making some rack of lamb. Absolutely delicious, one of my favorites. Before we go into recipes, I'm going to show you how to French a rack of lamb. So this is a rack of lamb, and a French rack of lamb, when you buy this whole, you'll notice that this is perfectly clean, but in better restaurants, they actually cut all this off and they cut the fat off the bones. And that's called a French rack of lamb. They also trim all this. So I'm going to show you how to do that. People enjoy eating fat, but it's not very good for you. And the other thing is, if you go into a good restaurant, you never see it like that. If you're just making it for, because you're hungry, you can leave some of the fat on. If you're trying to do a nice fancier dinner, you definitely want to French it. So anyway, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go right up against the bone and then cut this off. Now, if you're making any type of lamb sauce, by all means, you can use this for your sauce. There's a lot of flavor in here. Just be careful you don't cut yourself. You notice I'm just going right up against the bone. I'm going to take a smaller knife. If you have a bony knife, that's very good for this. Just kind of cut the fat off. This is actually what they call silver skin. This isn't fat. I'm going to take the bigger knife for this. If you just hold the silver skin and bring your knife up against it, it should cut relatively easy. You don't want to take too much meat off, because lamb is very, very expensive. There's a nice little eye of meat, so I generally leave that on. This is edible, but there is a lot of fat. What we're going to do, you can actually see the bone on the back. We're going to score this with a knife. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this knife. We're just going to cut this fat off. And then the really fun part is scraping off all the fat. So we're going to So now that our rack of lamb is Frenched, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to be doing double chops. So you just take your knife and kind of go in between. And this one, like this end is generally a lot bigger, so I'm just going to do. Hi everyone. So for this preparation of our rack of lamb, we're going to be making similar to a chimichurri sauce. Chimichurri, if you don't know, is an Argentinian sauce. It's made with parsley, very often red wine vinegar. I'm going to be using lemon juice, generally some type of hot pepper. I'm going to be using some hot peppers, fresh garlic, fresh lemon juice, salt, pepper. It's not a real chimichurri sauce what I'm going to be doing, but the ingredients are pretty close. In mine, because I'm doing lamb, I added mint to my parsley, and I also added some fresh rosemary to my parsley. So we're going to jump right in. It's not a real chimichurri sauce what I'm going to be doing, but the ingredients are pretty close. In mine, because I'm doing lamb, I added mint to my parsley, and I also added some fresh rosemary to my parsley. So we're going to jump right in. So over here, I have some double chops of lamb, and I'm just going to be seasoning them with salt and pepper, very lightly. My pan is already on the flame, getting hot. I'm going to turn these over, season the other side. They'll stay over. I'm going to put some olive oil in there, just coat the bottom. It is nice and hot. So we're putting these bad boys down. I'm just going to let those sear for about 2 minutes on each side. So we're going to turn these over. That one's a little bit better. I want it to have a nice sear. Be a little crispy on the outside and, soft on the inside. Just like so. Now we're going to cook this side, same way, about 2 minutes. All right, so This has been cooking for about 2 minutes on all sides. I'm going to take them out. Turn down my flame because next thing we have to do is saute some garlic. I'm actually going to add just a drop of water to help cool down the pan. You could use red wine or white wine, but I didn't actually have any handy, so I'm just using a little bit of water. That's going to cool down my pan, and at this point I'm going to add some garlic. If it was too hot, my garlic would have burned instantly. Chimichurri traditionally has a decent amount of garlic and oil, so just saute my garlic. As far as the ingredients for the chimichurri, I have chopped curly parsley, and here's also a bunch of mint and a little bit of fresh rosemary with some fresh squeezed lemon juice. I have some hot peppers, salt, and pepper. Chimichurri is not normally cooked in a pan like this, but it's close enough. As usual, we don't want to really burn our garlic, so at this point I'm going to add my lemon juice. Lemon juice instead of red wine vinegar. Traditionally it's done with red wine vinegar, which is an acid. I like lemon juice with lamb. To me, lemon juice is more classic. So add some lemon juice. I'm going to add a little bit of hot pepper, not too much. I'm going to add some of my chimichurri mix. They add a little bit more olive oil to make it more of a sauce. Chimichurri is actually oil-based, so I don't like to use a lot of it. Unfortunately, this time I kind of have to. Add some pepper to this, not too much, and definitely some salt. Actually add all of it. So this is hot now, and I'm going to put it all on a plate and show you what it looks like. So we'll see in a few. So our lamb with our chimichurri is done. I put it on a plate with some spinach and roasted potatoes, roasted fingerling potatoes, and the chimichurri is delicious. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, and leave your comments below. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Be safe. Hi everyone. So for this lamb preparation, we're going to be doing a lamb with Dijon and breadcrumb topping. Really delicious. First thing we're going to do is we're going to season these with some salt and pepper. Turn them over. Season the other side. So our pan is nice and hot. It's right about to start smoking. It's actually smoking. We're just going to put these face down. And basically, we just want to brown the outside. I'm just going to let them sit for 2 to 3 minutes and then flip them over. See you in a few. So our lamb has been cooking for right about 2 minutes, and I'm just going to flip these over. Nice and brown. Good. And going to do the same thing on this side, about 2 minutes. See you in a few. So our lamb has been seared off, and now we're going to get it ready for the oven. First thing we're going to do, these are just some plain Japanese panko. You can use breadcrumbs, you can use panko, whatever you have. Either way, they do have to be seasoned. If they're seasoned breadcrumbs already, like if you bought seasoned breadcrumbs, that's fine to use. I'm just putting in a little bit of salt, pepper, granulated garlic, and a little bit of chopped parsley. I'm going to mix that up. So just give this a good mix. If you want, you can taste it. Make sure it has you can taste the salt. This is Dijon mustard. We're just going to put a very, very, very nice portion of Dijon on top and cover the whole thing. If you go too light on the Dijon, your lamb will have very, very little flavor. If you want, you can actually just dip it in. That actually worked a lot better. And then I'm going to do the other side. When that came off, so now we're going to do it again. Good. Then we're going to do the same with this. So our rack of lamb has been coated with both Dijon and breadcrumbs. And now I'm going to stick in the 375 oven. It'll go for 20 to 25 minutes for medium rare, and probably more like 35 to 40 minutes for well. So. See you shortly. So this has been in for right about 20-25 minutes. This one should be medium rare. The other one I'm going to be cooking well because there's some people here that want it well. And I'll show you what it looks like once it's plated. Thank you. So our rack of lamb with our breadcrumb and Dijon topping is done. I'm serving it with fingerling potatoes and spinach, and just want to show you how it looks. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and leave your comments down below. Thank you so much. Look forward to hearing from you. Be well.